In this video, we're going to show you the perfect itinerary for classical Greece. One of the questions we get asked most is how to build an itinerary that goes beyond the islands and explores the cradle of our civilization. To do this trip, focusing on Athens and the archaeological sites of Mycenae and Epidaurus, we recommend at least 5 days. That's why we've prepared a super complete 5-day itinerary with the best of mainland Greece. We've grouped the tours by region so you don't waste time. So let's get started. When is the best time to visit mainland Greece? The best times are spring, from April to June, and fall, in September and October. The weather is perfect, not too hot and not too cold, and the crowds are a bit smaller. We strongly recommend avoiding the months of July and August. It's summer, and the heat in Athens and the Peloponnese is extreme, easily passing 40 degrees Celsius, making it impossible to walk through the ruins at midday. So, how will our 5-day itinerary work? The idea is to split the trip into 2 main bases to optimize your logistics. We'll stay the first 3 nights in Athens, the capital, and then rent a car and drive to Nafplio, where we'll stay the last 2 nights. Nafplio is the perfect base to explore Mycenae and Epidaurus. Now, let's talk about transportation, which is the most important part. To get there, you'll fly into Athens Airport, ATH. To get around inside Athens, the best way is the metro. It's efficient, cheap, and covers the city. A single ticket costs €1.50. The ride from the airport to the center costs €9. You'll do almost everything on foot. To go from Athens to the Peloponnese, to Nafplio, renting a car is essential. It is practically impossible to visit Mycenae and Epidaurus by public transport. The tip is, spend your days in Athens on foot, and rent the car only on the day you leave the city. The drive from Athens to Nafplio takes about 2 hours. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. In Athens, the best region for tourists is to stay in Plaka or Monastiraki. The pro is the charm, and the fact that you can walk to everything. You're a 10-minute walk from the Acropolis. The con is that it's very touristy and can be noisy. A quieter, more local option is the Koukaki neighborhood, right next to the Acropolis metro station, and a 5-minute walk to the museum. Avoid Omonia Square. For your second base, in the Peloponnese, the best town to sleep in is Nafplio. It's a Venetian port town, considered one of the most beautiful in Greece. The pro is that it's charming, has great restaurants, and is only a 30-minute drive from Mycenae and Epidaurus. The con is that parking in the old town is difficult in the summer. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region in each of these base cities. If you stay in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code on the screen and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer in the same location, but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The good hotels in Plaka and Nafplio sell out months in advance. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper. International travel, eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all the attractions we mentioned, the good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, the car rental comparator which is essential for the Peloponnese, and the global account to carry euros paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save this page to your favorites and use it when planning. It will make your trip much easier and save you a lot of money. Now let's talk about transportation. How to get around Greece. To arrive, you'll fly into Athens Airport, ATH. To get around inside Athens, use the metro. It's efficient, cheap, and takes you from the airport to the center. A ride from the airport costs €9. To get around the Peloponnese, renting a car is essential. The bus service is limited and slow. For those renting, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. It's always much cheaper, and you guarantee your vehicle, as they sell out in summer. Now, for the day-by-day itinerary. Day 1. Arrival in Athens and the Acropolis. Arrive at Athens Airport, AT. Take the metro, Line 3, the Blue Line, to Syntagma Station. The journey takes 40 minutes, and the fare costs €9. Or take a taxi, which has a fixed rate of €40 to the center. Check into your hotel in Plaka or Monastiraki. Spend the afternoon at the #1 attraction, the Acropolis of Athens. The logistic is simple. Walk to the south entrance. The golden tip is to go in the late afternoon, about 2 hours before closing, to escape the heat and the crowds. The ticket costs €20 in the high season. Set aside at least 2 hours to explore the Parthenon, the Erechtheion, and the Odeon of Herodes Atticus. For dinner, walk to the Plaka neighborhood. Choose one of the charming tavernas. Day 2, Athens, Museum, Agora, and Plaka. Today is for understanding the history. Start the morning at the Acropolis Museum. It's located just below the hill. The Logistic, a 5-minute walk from the Acropolis station. The ticket costs 15 euros in the summer. It's essential to buy it online. This is where the original statues are, including the famous caryatids. For lunch, head to the Monastiraki neighborhood. In the afternoon, visit the ancient Agora. This was the heart of public life, the market, and the meeting center of ancient Athens. It's where Socrates used to walk. The main attraction is the Temple of Hephaestus, the best-preserved Greek temple in the world. The ticket is part of the Acropolis combo ticket, or costs 10 euros. In the late afternoon, walk down Adrianou Street in Plaka for leather sandal shopping. For dinner, go to the Bohemian Siri neighborhood, next to Monastiraki, which is full of modern tapas bars. Day 3. Journey to Nafplio and Corinth Canal. Today, we rent the car. In the morning, take a taxi or grab to the car rental agency, preferably one in the city center, outside the tourist zone. Pick up your rental car and start driving to the Peloponnese. The drive from Athens to Nafplio takes about 2 hours. On the way, the mandatory stop is the Corinth Canal. The logistic is to stop at the parking lot right after the bridge. It's an incredible engineering feat, a narrow, deep canal cut through the rock. Entry is free. Continue for another hour to Nafplio. It's a Venetian port town, considered one of the most beautiful in Greece. Check into your hotel. Spend the afternoon climbing the 999 steps to the Palamidi Fortress, which dominates the town. The view from the top is spectacular. The ticket costs 8 euros. For dinner, walk through the historic center of Nafplio. Day 4. Mycenae and Epidaurus. Today is for seeing the legendary sights. Leave Nafplio early and drive for about 30 minutes to Mycenae. Mycenae is the legendary city of King Agamemnon, the leader of the Greeks in the Trojan War. It's an incredible archaeological site. The main attraction is the Lion Gate, the monumental entrance, and the treasury of Atreus, a beehive-shaped tomb. The ticket costs 12 euros. For lunch, eat at a simple restaurant in the modern village of Mycenae. In the afternoon, drive another 30 minutes to Epidaurus. It's the sanctuary of Asclepius, the god of medicine. It's famous for its ancient theater. It's the best-preserved Greek theater in the world, famous for its perfect acoustics. If you drop a coin in the center of the stage, people in the last row can hear it. The ticket costs 12 euros. In the late afternoon, drive back to your base in Nafplio. Day 5. Return and departure. Enjoy your last morning in Nafplio. Have a coffee at the port and visit the small fortress in the water, the Bortzi. Then, check out. Take the car and drive the 2 hours back, straight to Athens Airport. The logistic is to return the rental car at the airport and catch your flight home. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive, and the most famous tourist spots like the Acropolis and the sites of Mycenae and Epidaurus can have lines. The best deal is to buy the Athens combo ticket. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the video description to the site, where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Skip the line tickets for the Acropolis in Athens, the Acropolis Museum ticket, and the combo tickets for Mycenae and Epidaurus. All at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Now let's talk about transportation. Reinforcing it. In Athens, use the metro. The single ticket costs 1 euro and 50 cents. The airport ride costs 9 euros. To explore the Peloponnese, renting a car is mandatory. The drive from Athens to Nafplio takes 2 hours. About travel insurance. Essential and mandatory to enter Europe. You need coverage of 30,000 euros. Use the comparator in the link in the description to save money. For those who will rent a car, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. It's always much cheaper. We'll leave the link to the comparator we use in the description. Quick shopping tips. In Athens, in the Plaka and Monastiraki neighborhoods, buy handmade leather sandals, museum replica jewelry, and olive oil products. In Nafplio, buy komboloi, the Greek worry beads, and the tax-free tip applies. The tax in Greece, VAT, is 24%. You can request a refund on purchases over 50 euros. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Subscribe and like the video for more tips. And how much does it cost to eat in Athens? Athens is one of the cheapest capital cities in Western Europe. A Big Mac combo costs 8 euros. A Mythos beer costs 4 euros. The golden tip is the gyros. It costs 3 to 5 euros and is a full meal. Also try moussaka and Greek salad. For restaurant suggestions, starting with the cheap ones. In Athens, for the best gyros, go to Othanasis in Monastiraki. It's a classic. A kebab plate costs less than 15 euros. Also cheap, Kostas Souvlaki, near Syntagma Square, is a tiny spot with a line. But the souvlaki is incredible and costs about €3. For an expensive and classic experience in Athens, go to Takaramanlidika Tufani. It's a charcuterie and restaurant with amazing cheeses. A dinner costs about €40 per person, and for absolute luxury, Varulko Seaside. It's a Michelin-starred restaurant in the Piraeus harbor. A full dinner costs over €150 per person. And what to do at night? The night in Athens is very lively. The Siri neighborhood, near Monastiraki, is the center of the nightlife, with cocktail bars. The Gazi district is where the clubs are that go all night. And if you're traveling with children, this itinerary is great for kids who like history. They will love the Acropolis and the ancient Agora. In Athens, take them to see the changing of the guard, the Ev zones, in front of the parliament at Syntagma Square. They wear pom-poms on their shoes. It's free. The Palamidi Fortress in Nafplio is also a great adventure. And to combine your trip, this itinerary is the perfect base. From Athens, the most obvious combination is to take a ferry from the port of Piraeus, or a 45-minute flight to the Greek islands, like Santorini or Mykonos. You can also take a train north to see the floating monasteries of Meteora. If you liked this detailed classical Greece itinerary, like the video and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions in the comments. Thank you very much and have a great trip.